BS Sports back with our college segment. We are in week 14, and we just got the latest CFP rankings. Just came out about an hour ago, fresh off the press, and we're going to review that. We're going to preview some of the big games that are going to matter for the seeding and who's going to get in the playoff and who's not. And just getting right into it, not a whole lot of movement. The top 12 did not change. However, we did have one flip-flop. We had Oregon with their win over USC, leapfrogged Ole Miss. And as it stands right now, Ole Miss would host Alabama in round one instead of Alabama going to Eugene to play Oregon. Any surprises? Obviously, it was SEC Cupcake Week, as the Big Ten folk like to say, even though that's Big Ten's entire conference, right? Because I know Indiana's got Purdue as a 30-point favorite on the road this week. That'll be a tough one for them. But
no, I mean, no real shocks. I mean, the bracket, like you said, it's stayed the same since last week, basically. It has stayed the same for the same 12 teams, but just the flip flop you had mentioned,
right. There is one thing that shocked me on this ranking that I do want to bring up. Alabama stayed at 10, didn't move, and Notre Dame went to 9. If you listen to Mr. Juracek, the CFP chairman or whatever the hell his title is, he did say that Alabama can't run the ball, essentially, which is why Notre Dame's ahead of them, even though Notre Dame's beaten nobody and Alabama's kind of ran through a gauntlet. But since they can't run the ball, Alabama did just put up 8 rushing touchdowns in one game last week. So, Mr. Juracek, you need to eat your words, and I'm shocked you did not rank Alabama ahead of Notre Dame just because of that. So, had to get that off my chest, Stephen.
Not a bad take. I would probably agree. I'm not a Alabama homer like yourself, but
although I will say,
it's a fair point.
I will say I would much rather play in Oxford against Ole Miss
than
I would play in Norman against Oklahoma.
That's what I was going to say. Where would you rather be ranked? So was Notre Dame ranked 8th before this? Or did they move?
No, it was still 9 and 10.
Okay, they were 9 and 10. 9. Okay.
The only movement was Oregon, Ole Miss. But obviously, it won't set this way. Either Alabama is going to move up this list quite a bit with this win over Auburn, getting the SEC dance, or they lose to Auburn and they just fall out of this. So,
yeah, I mean, with that, we don't have to talk to bracket too much. Let's just rip into this week, because this is the big week for college football. This is going to be where all the movement's going to come from. It's going to decide conference championship week, and there's going to be a lot of seedings in this bracket that are kind of going to flop around. So let's just rip into it. And I think I would like to just do a little segment on a little what ifs. So, and this is our opinions. So we'll go with that. Just no
BS, no cap here either.
So Alabama wins against Auburn in the Iron Bowl. What position do they move up to if everything else goes as planned? We'll start there. And this might take a little longer, but we can chat through it.
So you're saying before we get to the conference title game?
So think about this. So like everything happens as it should this week. Say every favorite wins. So like Ohio State beats Michigan, blah blah blah. Like down the line, like no one severely loses. Like even A&M wins versus Texas. Where does Bama move to?
I don't think they move at all. I don't think there's any movement.
You think they said that?
I don't think until conference championship week happens, I don't think nothing happens.
Okay. Now, if Michigan were to beat Ohio State, which would be the other huge one, which going for 5 years straight, right? This could very well happen.
Oh, yeah. And snow is in the forecast for this game, too. So,
and Michigan's at home, correct? This is in Michigan?
Well, this one might be in Michigan.
I believe it's at home. If that happens, your beloved Tide would have to move, correct?
Maybe, but again, we're talking before, because then Ohio State falls to 9-1. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're going to fall back behind.
Okay, so Ohio State for the time being stays in the top 4.
I think if anything, maybe Michigan moves up in front of, because right now Alabama's technically the last team out, or first team out, last team in.
So Michigan would be in over Bama?
I don't know, because I don't know how you. I mean that will be technically better than the Georgia win, right?
So this is why I wanted to do this.
But
Okay.
here's the thing is, well, I don't know. Because then Alabama's got the chance to go and win the SEC and get a first round bye. And it's like, okay, who cares what Michigan does?
Yep.
Although shit, what if Michigan goes and wins that title game? Because Michigan, by that logic, gets into the. We just looked at it, right?
Yeah.
Michigan beats Ohio State. They play Indiana in the title game.
Yeah. No, Ohio State would have to, they would get a bid, but they would get a bid to the
This
playoff because they're
even if that
10-1, 11-1.
Even if that happened and Michigan State beats Indiana, I guarantee you they still put Michigan at like 6, and Indiana and Ohio State still get a bye. They're infatuated with those two.
Do they
schools.
both get buys?
Yeah,
There's no chance Ohio State gets a bye if they
th-
lose to Michigan and they don't make the title game.
wouldn't shock me.
That'd be unreal.
I'm
You
telling
can't rank Ohio State higher than a
They're in-
Michigan
they're
team
in-
that Michigan
they're in
beats
love-
them.
They're in love with the Big Ten this year. Everyone is. Even our followers are in love with the Big Ten.
Oh my God! If that scenario happens and Ohio State gets a bye over Alabama, I will riot. If Bama wins,
Here,
if Bama wins the SEC, they would get also a bye. So I guess it'd be okay.
here's the thing.
But if they rank Ohio State over, like, if Ohio State doesn't make the title game, they rank them like 4th. They don't get to the title game because they lose to Michigan and they obviously can't win it. So they rank them 4th, or they rank Bama 4th and they put Ohio State before Bama. I will riot. That is
Does Bama
that is
win?
asinine.
Does Bama win or lose the SEC in that scenario?
Bama wins the SEC.
I'm more curious what happens when Bama lose if Bama loses the A&M or Georgia even in the SEC title game.
Now I could see if Bama loses the title game. This is all assuming they win versus Auburn. Obviously, they lose the title game. I don't think they get a bye.
I think
they can't get a bye, right?
No, they won't get a bye, but I still think they got to be top 8. They got to get a home game.
Yeah,
right?
they get a home game, and that's another thing. If they don't get a home game, that'd be ridiculous. With the schedule they went through.
So let's say A&M loses to Texas.
Okay.
It's a Bama Georgia rematch for the SEC title game, and Bama loses.
Okay.
Do you rank A&M higher than Bama? Because they're a one-loss
No.
team?
No.
Or are we not punishing Bama for
No.
losing the title
And you're
game?
saying Georgia wins the title game, Bama loses the title game?
Correct.
No. A&M doesn't even get a home game, I would think, in that scenario. I wouldn't give them a home game. I would probably match up like I'd put A&M at like 9, Bama 8, and have them play first round.
That's where you could do that, or I think they're going to try to distribute, not have conference games as best as they can, but you're going to have 5 SEC teams, and so it's going to be difficult to do.
Hopefully 6 SEC teams in.
Yep, I think that
There's a way.
I think they would have that first round matchup be Bama A&M or Oklahoma A&M. I think they might find a way to get that matchup too.
Like the 10-7 game?
Could be. Yep.
Yeah, I could see. I mean, if the
Because unfortunately for Oklahoma, I think they're gonna end up behind Alabama, and it's gonna piss them off because they beat Alabama. But if Bama gets the SEC title game, I think that gem's got to be rewarded a little bit more than just your head-to-head matchup from 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, so if the Aggies lose this week, Georgia's in to the title game if they win.
Correct. It'll be Georgia Bama, assuming Bama wins, and if not, it will be
A&M, Georgia.
A&M.
So
Unless if Ole Miss has a way in over A&M. I don't know if they have common opponents,
they would have to.
but they would beat them all
Aggies played nobody.
because
So Aggies have to win to get in.
the Aggies
sounds
lost. Aggies also beat. Did Ole Miss and Texas play? I guess they didn't. Did they?
No, I don't think so.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the tiebreakers between A&M and Ole Miss.
They'd probably played all the same teams. And Ole Miss probably had the strength of schedule, so they'd be in. Right, that's the next qualification.
I think so.
So
So before we get to those scenarios, we have one more game to play. Right?
Okay. Do we? I don't know.
do.
What's this game?
Well, like everyone's got one more game to play before we get.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because Alabama, I sent you pictures of what's going on in Jordan
Oh,
here.
like physically one more. Okay, I got
I'm
it.
pretty
I thought
sure-
you were talking about like we have another like.
Pretty sure they illegally sacrificed a bald eagle the other night because the sky was like bright red lit up. They're calling for snow in the forecast potentially in Alabama in November.
That is crazy.
I mean, it's Jordan. It's Iron Bowl week. It's Jordan Hare. The last time this game was played at 6:30 at Jordan Hare under the lights, the kick six happened, and dear God Almighty, and
one of the greatest, if not the greatest play in college football history.
Yep. I guess we're gonna get into this one. I haven't seen the line. I think it's like 5.5.
Yeah, let's just roll into it.
It's like,
so we're gonna touch on the meaningful games this week. Just chat through them.
let's not go there first because that's the late game. That's the last one.
All right. We'll wait.
So the first one, Georgia Tech, is that meaningful enough? Does Georgia Tech have enough juice that they win that game? Because they don't get into the. I don't think so. I think they're done.
I think they have to win it.
But they're not in their title game. And I've already been seeing scenarios where ACC, there's a chance they don't get even a team in.
Well, they have to have one team in. Conference winners auto buy or auto bid.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right.
So they get one team, but
they're not getting a second just because Georgia Tech beats Georgia, right?
No. So you have to win the conference.
Dang, why are these games are all late? They're all 6:30. You got Ole Miss, you got the Egg Bowl. That's a big one, not because of the game.
That's at 2:30. No, that's at 11.
That's at 11. Well, no, I just all of a sudden got into 6:30 games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, we can Ole Miss game. I know we just
the biggest
we're
story,
all over the place here.
Biggest story of the Ole Miss game is Lane Kiffin. What's he doing?
Yeah.
Other than that, see ya.
You have to win the game. Ole Miss wins the game and they're in. They don't have a title game, or they might have a title chance, but who knows? But they're probably in the playoff regardless.
Yeah,
win the game.
How crazy would it be if they win this game? Lane Kiffin says, "I'm going to LSU or wherever," and
there's no way he releases that early, right?
They were trying to make a decision,
like Ole Miss was.
Yeah, like after either shit or get off the pot.
Yeah, but you can't.
So
I don't know.
Imagine Ole Miss first round bye in the playoff and doesn't have a freaking coach.
Well, they won't have a first round bye, right?
Or I'm sorry, first round home game.
Home game, yeah.
Home game, no coach. That'd be insane.
I hope that doesn't happen, man. For his sake and the school's sake, and all those kids that are like, just let him release it after the season, man.
Yeah.
You got all kinds of time. They can. And I say this, but you can release it to the school and the people that need to know, but don't let it get out. Don't even tell the locker room. You can't let that happen. If that comes out, I'm betting whoever the hell they play in the first round of the playoffs. I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, at least with the points, give me the points with whoever they're playing. He's going to lose the locker room.
Not an ideal spot.
But yeah. Okay, then going to Georgia Tech.
And Georgia Tech. And
yeah, not even meaningful either.
I don't.
It would have been last if Georgia Tech would have took care of business last week, but they did not.
Yep, it's a shame because this game was 3-4 weeks ago was looking to be a doozy of a. Because Georgia plays, these guys play every year, and every year just doesn't mean shit, right?
Yeah.
At least in the Kirby era, and a little bit before then, even it's just they just dog walk them every week, or every year. But it's like, wow, we had some juice here, and the lemon got squeezed.
Yeah. So Georgia Tech's sitting 6-2 in conference. Everyone else is 6-1. Why do they have a game in hand?
It's because of this. Because this is non-con.
So they can only lose two. So if they need 2 of Virginia, Pitt, and SMU to lose.
Yep, and I know Pitt's got Miami, so there's a very good chance they lose that game.
And then they have to have the tiebreaker against Miami in order to get in to the title game.
You know why we're looking at Friday right now? That's why. I forgot there's a lot of Friday games this week.
This game Friday? Game is Friday. You're absolutely right.
That's why we're all over the place.
All over the place here.
Wow. Look at us doing our research and homework before.
Leave it to us.
Dang, we're gonna watch what is it, the Bears and the Eagles, or we're gonna watch Texas A&M here.
Texas A&M.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, the Eagles Bears game's at 2.
Oh, it is.
So you can watch both. You just can't watch this Georgia Tech game. Which who cares? But yeah, so we would have to see where the tiebreaker is, but probably not. Doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
I doubt Georgia Tech wins this game.
Only thing this affects is if Georgia Tech does win, then Georgia obviously will fall in that ranking. But it doesn't matter for SEC play. It doesn't matter for.
Might matter for the playoff.
It would matter for their seeding, but if they can sneak in and win the SEC, I think even if they drop this game, they're a top 4 team. I think whoever wins the SEC is guaranteed a first round.
Oh, absolutely. You have to be.
It is.
Yeah, you'd have to be. I think.
So
Okay, and then we can go to that night game if you want.
all right, Friday night, under the lights in I don't even know what their stadium's called.
You just said it.
I know, like DNR,
That's weird.
Department of Natural Resources.
Yes. In the great state of Texas, where I just got back from, and wouldn't recommend going.
The great state of Texas. The Aggies are a 2.5-point favorite at the Longhorns. And this is the A&M's first game against a team with a winning record, right? In conference.
Winning, yeah. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. We looked.
What's Mizzou in conference?
Oh, that's a good question.
No, I think Mizzou's a losing record in conference because they were like 5-0 and then they played Bama and won like 2 games since then.
They are 3-4 in conference.
So A&M's first game against a conference opponent with a winning record.
Truly unbelievable. What a schedule. How'd they get this schedule?
Well, I mean, it's just the way it fell, right? I mean, when you look at this preseason, they still had South Carolina, who we loved. Missouri looked good for a while. They had LSU. Florida, they were kind of on the cusp. People liked them. We didn't like them as much as other people did.
Liked Lagway, but.
Yep. And even Auburn at the beginning of the year, I mean, they were a ranked team for a little while. And then the Hugh Freeze fiasco unfolded.
What a guy.
Freeze warning now, Auburn this weekend.
What do you like in this game? Do you think Texas plays spoiler?
I mean, they want to. Because, I mean, if all goes to plan and like all the dominoes fall right, Texas, I think, still technically has a chance to get in.
So technically, who was it? BYU and Utah State were the first 2 out? Or just Utah? Utah and BYU were the first 2 out. I mean, Texas wins this game. You got to put them above those 2, right?
Probably. Assuming BYU. It's going to be hard, though, because you don't punish the conference loser, but BYU likely goes on and plays the conference championship for the Big 12. And you would think they lose to Texas Tech because they got obliterated them by them the first time. But
who does BYU have this week?
I was just looking.
I'm just curious if somehow Vandy beats Tennessee. We'll get to that game, but they have a real chance of getting in. That would be our sixth SEC school. But BYU, Texas wins this game, they have a real shot too.
BYU has UCF at home, 17-point favorite.
I mean, nothing's out of the realm of possibilities, but should definitely be able to take care of business there.
I don't know, man. I think if I go by what I've been saying all year, like prove to me who you beat, what are you? I mean, A&M, they kind of fit that category. I think they look good though in their wins. Like I think they've got weapons all over the place, especially if what's his name, Le'Veon Moss is. I don't know what his status is. I don't know if he's coming back, if he was out for the year or what. It may not matter a whole lot. But they're going to get tested for the first time. So, and at the end of the day, obviously they've never been in the SEC, Dan, so this probably means a little bit more to them. But I was thinking, like, how much do they care if they lose this game because they're still in? They're chalked into the playoff regardless of the outcome of this. So maybe you catch them napping at the wheel a little bit. Maybe Texas does get them.
Texas has shown spots of life, but as a collective group, they've been pretty miserable to watch, I would say. Is a pretty distinction of their season. I mean, definitely had higher hopes coming into the year. So
yeah, yeah, I think Sark kind of corrected that ship a little bit, but it was too late at that point. And then there was the Georgia game, and then they just really got pummeled into the sand. But the Vandy win was a big win. I mean, Kentucky, Mississippi State. I mean, I was ready to write them off back then, and they pulled it out. And then they showed well against Arkansas. I mean, still give up 37, and A&M's got a much better they have a slightly better offense than what Arkansas has. So
that Arkansas offense is insane.
It is. What tangent? But what's crazy is they're going to finish 2-9 or 2-10. They're going to have a plus point differential. Every one of their conference losses is within 10, except for that last Texas game.
Yeah, they played a hard schedule, and They played it pretty well.
Yep. I think I think A&M's got a lot of history. It's a proud program, and I think they want to get to the SEC dance. So
Yeah.
they'll take it a little bit seriously.
For sure.
But we'll see. And then again, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say I kind of like Texas in the spot.
I do like Texas in the spot, and I'm more just as a football fan ready to watch this game to see what A&M looks like against a actual opponent for once.
This will be a fun game to watch.
And I say that not as an actual opponent because they haven't played anybody, because they haven't played the top echelon of the SEC. Still a much deeper conference. Give A&M schedule to Indiana. I guarantee they got a couple blemishes.
Oh, absolutely.
I do not want that to be fodder for, it proves your SEC sucks, huh?
No, I mean, you give this Texas A&M schedule to, well, first of all, you give this Texas A&M schedule to any SEC school, like any of the top schools, like any of the top 4, they're probably undefeated as well.
Agreed.
But you give this schedule to probably anyone not named Ohio State in the Big Ten.
Indiana, prime example.
And they drop one of these games, if not multiple.
Indiana probably gets smoked by Vandy.
Yep.
I'd
and
seriously,
if they play in LSU, that game also is very tight. They play at Missouri. Missouri's favored in that game. I guarantee it.
Yep. They sure are.
And so, I mean, and especially, they had even Arkansas. They play at Arkansas.
Yep. If Indiana fans want to, complain about a cupcake bye week last week in the SEC, I'm going to complain right now. Here's your cupcake bye week. And last week, Ohio State got to rest Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith. They both didn't play. Imagine conference game, you get to just rest like Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Or Texas A&M gets to rest Concepcion and Craver.
Just unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
All right. And then on to Saturday. 11 a.m. is the big one, huh?
Is this game always at 11? I feel like it's always early.
It's a good question. I'm not sure.
I feel like I don't know why. I feel like it's always early, though. But yeah, so, I mean, it is in
Ann Arbor, right?
Yeah.
It's just neutral site, but I think it's always
no. I think it's
always there because I remember last year there was a big fight at the end because they were trying to plant the flag on the O.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. 10 points. That's too many points in this rivalry, isn't it?
I see 9.5, but yeah, I would probably agree.
Isn't it like that every year?
Always like this big?
Yeah. And if you're an Ohio State fan, I need to pull a bracket up again to see who they get. Assuming they run the tape, win this, knock off Indiana, get the 1 seed. Obviously, you'd want the 1 seed, but they would be staring down the barrel of
Texas Tech, Tulane,
Oklahoma,
right?
Oklahoma, Notre Dame. Because the way the bracket's set up, you always assume the highest seed wins. So then Oklahoma at 8 would be the highest remaining seed.
Got it. Do they re-bracket that?
Nope.
Okay. So they would play that.
Bracket's the bracket. It plays out.
So they would play that okay.
Yep. But what I was making the comment, this is where right now Georgia's sitting in the 4th spot, but just the same I was saying with Alabama, if they lose that SEC title game a couple weeks ago before they lost to Oklahoma, sometimes that path's a little bit better because if you're Ohio State, you lose that, don't make your title game, you could fall to 5 and you get the group of 5 team in your first game. And then you get the 4 seed, which could be Texas Tech at that point, depending on how it all shakes out.
I think it would be hard to give them a bye, but
if they drop Ohio State out, Alabama, let's say they leapfrog Georgia, if they win the SEC, you still have a vacant 4 spot.
You wouldn't put Texas Tech there over Aggies. I guess you'd have to put the Georgia there, but Aggies would have a.
I think there's too much recency bias. I think. Well, no, they would be because I don't think Georgia stays in that. Well, I see what you're saying.
So it'd be like Bama at. I guess you would have to put Indiana at 1. Which would be fucking.
It'd be Indiana 1, Bama 2, A&M 3, and you still have the 4 slot open. So that's where I think Texas Tech might sneak up into it. I'm saying in the event Ohio State loses to Michigan and doesn't play in their title game, I don't think Ohio State's in the top 4.
And then you would just flip if Georgia gets in over A&M somehow.
But you won't put 3 SEC teams in the top 4. Georgia's going to fall to 5
They should.
or 6. So they would probably fall to 6 because I think Ohio State stays at 5.
God, I do not want to see Tech get to bye.
And then Tech's.
I do not want to see Texas Tech with a bye, dude.
Tech's over there waiting. They're just licking their lips.
God.
Waiting for chaos to unfold.
There could be this year's pretty. I mean, this could very well happen every year like this, and I don't pay enough attention. But this year, it seems like there's
but what
quite a bit of chaos.
What sucks for them though is that let's say they do sneak in that 4 spot, get the first round bye, they're gonna get whoever gets to play the Group of 5 team, whether it's Bama, Ohio State, Georgia.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be a fun game for them.
Yeah, no. That's why you should just put those teams over Tech, but they won't. So
right. So
you're probably right. If that happens, you're probably right. That's how it unfolds.
So does Ohio State plant the flag in the Michigan at the end this year if they win?
Do they plant it? Probably. Do I think it happens? Also, probably. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched this Michigan team too closely, so I don't know. But somehow they always find a way.
Yeah, I mean they're 9-2, 1 conference loss. So
I mean, we watched. Who was it? Underwood.
No,
Or Underwood was last year.
No, it is Underwood. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Underwood was this year. I mean, we watched Underwood just absolutely just can't throw the football. So
yeah, he's figured out the last couple games in the 280s, but he's also played Purdue, Northwestern, Maryland. So
I think I could throw for 280 against Northwestern or Purdue.
But so
I don't know what your take here. You think the Wolverines find another way? They figure it out?
I think Ohio State wins the ball game. I think there's too much chaos ensues, but I think it's a close game.
I agree with that. I think I'd probably have money on Michigan.
I think Ryan.
Plus the points.
We say this every year though, because I think Ryan Day's had enough of this because they wanted to get rid of him until after they lost last year to Michigan, they wanted to get rid of him.
Isn't it every year they lose to him?
Because he can't win the big game, but then they went and ran the table, won the Natty. So they're like, okay.
Yeah.
And they've been won all year. They play all their shit schedule and don't lose games. So like all the noise goes away.
Yep, that is true.
And then where the opposite happens, we're at Vandy, Tennessee next. Say the opposite happens for Kalen DeBoer.
Oh. Or you want to talk?
Do we need to hit Vandy, Tennessee at all?
Miami Pitt?
Yeah.
We don't want to talk it?
Yeah. Useless.
Miami's
game.
out, right?
Miami's out. I mean, there would have to be way too many. Yeah. They've lost 2 conference games, and SMU has a game in hand over them.
So all three top of that conference would have to lose, correct?
I think so.
SMU, Pitt, and
well, they're going to beat Pitt. Well, they play Pitt, so they would. So SMU would have to lose, and Virginia, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And then it would have to be SMU, Miami
Yes.
into the title game,
Yep.
right? Because Miami can't get it over SMU because SMU has the head-to-head.
Right.
So it would have to be SMU, Miami somehow. So that would mean Virginia and Pitt. Or no, Pitt would be out. Sorry. Or no, Pitt only has 1 conference loss.
But Miami will have them head-to-head, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. So really, they just need Virginia to lose and somehow get Georgia Tech's still right there too. So yeah, I think they're out. They would have a lot of shit need to happen for them to get up there and get in.
Well, should we hit Tennessee, Vandy, or it's a kind of moot point here?
Yeah, I mean, just real quick, does Oklahoma have any scare on the road? Like if they lose, they're out. But you think they have any scare? Or I'm sorry, at home with LSU coming to town?
I don't think so. I mean, no coach. They've got that. I can't remember that kid's name playing. I don't see it.
Okay. So yeah, for them, it's win, get in, and you're at home. So
Oklahoma's
take care of business.
Had a crazy story these last 3 weeks, just the way that they're winning football games with virtually no offense. I mean, it's insane the run they're on. But
I mean, honestly,
it's a real defense.
Even that loss, like They lose to LSU, I'd still put them in, but they probably won't, so it won't matter. But
Yep, no, they definitely won't.
with the gauntlet they've gone through, so and then yeah, I mean Vandy, Tennessee. The only obviously my Vols have no chance, but they're going to play spoiler to Vandy's. If Vandy wants any chance, they have to win this game, and a few things have to happen for some of those teams to fall out for them to get the sixth SEC spot.
This is what we were talking, I think it was last week, that Vandy needs to win this game, but not by too much to keep Tennessee ranked.
Yeah,
It's another ranked win on their schedule come season finale.
No, I know we just touched on it and said it probably won't happen, but if LSU wins that game, Oklahoma has 3 SEC losses, correct? Or no, 2.
Yeah.
Well, they have 3 losses total. So for the complete schedule, losses mean something. So if Oklahoma loses, Vandy wins. You put Vandy in the playoff over Oklahoma?
Probably. Where was Vandy in the rankings?
They're the first. They're 14th.
So the first team out in the SEC.
Yes.
I didn't even see they're 14. Is that what you said?
Yeah, they're 14th.
And it was BYU and Houston?
Utah.
I would put them in over Utah. BYU is going to be the tough one because one loss. And again, if you make your conference title game, we're not supposed to punish people for that.
But Oklahoma's in right now.
True, but I also think that BYU, are you talking about?
So I'm saying Oklahoma falls out.
Oh,
because they lose, because they would have 3 losses. BYU gets in and Vandy?
I don't know if BYU gets in. I think they've told us already BYU must beat Texas Tech to get in. I don't think BYU's getting in.
Okay.
I think
so in that case, if you 2-loss Vandy team, 3-loss Oklahoma team, what team you putting in?
It has to be 2-loss Vandy at that point.
Okay. I probably agree.
Utah's 2-loss as well, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, because it's hard to...
Like a Vandy team would have 2 losses to what?
Bama, Georgia?
Georgia. Yeah. No, Bama, Ole Miss.
Texas. Bama, Texas.
Texas, yep, you're right.
Both road games.
Road games.
They need Texas to beat Texas A&M, huh? That would look good too.
Yeah, that would.
But does that give Texas leapfrog them? Now it's still 2-loss versus 3-loss.
It's 2-loss versus 3-loss, but they have the head-to-head.
Yeah, it don't matter.
God, this could be complete chaos. I think that's the scenario where 6 SEC teams get in.
Yeah, very well.
Vandy wins, Texas wins, and they both leapfrog. The 2 teams that are, but I don't know who would be left out at that point. So, because it'd be tough to leave out an Oregon team. So I don't know. This week's gonna be big.
Imagine Oregon loses to Washington though this week, huh? Only a 6-point favorite on the road.
Really?
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm actually shocked at that line.
You see Dan Lanning's comments about how we competed this weekend. We didn't play Charlotte or Chattanooga State like some schools did.
Who played Chattanooga State?
I think Georgia played Chattanooga. It was just a diss of the SEC for Cupcake Week, and it's like, come on, Dan. That's the first fucking ranked game he's played all year.
I mean,
besides the one he beat Penn State, and look at that now.
Yeah, that's a shit win.
And who did they lose to?
I'm looking right now. Indiana.
Indiana, that's right.
At home.
Yeah. Nice job, Dan. Way to compete that week. And there's clips of him talking the SEC about how great and how deep it is too, even back in when he was over there at Bama. But it's like, yeah, whatever. He's paid to say that as a head coach of a Big Ten school.
Yep, he sure is.
So, be a shame if the Ducks lose this weekend. Damn shame.
All right, let's get into the main event.
Oh, baby. Got the magic hat on and everything today. Bama -6 at Auburn.
6.5 and moved up to
6.5.
6.5.
Tell you, so they announced Ashton Daniels is starting after Deuce Knight, true freshman, goes and puts up 6 touchdowns last week against Mercer. Now Mercer's 9-1, so that's not a cupcake game. Big Ten a-holes.
True.
That's a 9-1 team right there. Maybe they should be in the 12th seed over Tulane.
All you got to look at records. Indiana's undefeated.
Yeah, right.
They just win.
I think they're going to pull some crap. I think Ashton Daniels comes in and plays a drive or a snap, and then they try out Deuce Knight because it's just all mind games and trickery. Because all Auburn is playing for is to ruin the in-state rivals' playoff chances. Their new shiny toy coach after Saban that they're trying to mold into, can they have another dynasty or not? They lose this game. That's back-to-back 9-3 seasons from DeBoer, back-to-back playoff misses, and I don't care how good they look through that gauntlet. At the end of the year, they went 9-3 and missed playoffs again. That is not, it's not going to fly in T-Town. It just doesn't. So,
yeah,
all the chips are in Auburn's favor in this game. However, Auburn is like the worst pass defense in the SEC. They're ranked like 101 nationally. So you got to think.
Well, it's a good thing you can't run the ball because then you won't try to run the ball.
I was going to say you got to think that. My God, man. I mean, you got to think that Ty and Jeremy are going to come. I'm sorry, Ryan Williams and Jeremy are going to come ready to play.
Ty Heisman game?
It could be. This game gave Bryce Young his Heisman, what was it, 3 years ago now, where they were losing 10-7. We were at the brewery. I remember watching that, refreshing that. It was a 4 OT game, and
I do remember that.
Couldn't move anything, and Bryce led like a 95-yard touchdown drive to tie the game with like 5 minutes left.
I do remember that.
Heisman moment. Lots of weird stuff. Haven't had this game under the lights in Jordan here since the pick 6. We alluded to that a little bit earlier. They sacrificed a bald eagle already, which pretty sure is un-American, but it's what they
definitely all un-American.
It's what they do in Auburn, and there's red glowy lights outside the sky. There's a freeze warning. It's gonna be in the 30s. I don't know, dude. I don't even. This is. I can already foresee it. It's gonna be one of those close bullshit games. I'm gonna turn my TV off. It literally. For those of you who don't know, the Miracle, the Gravedigger, 4th and 31, I didn't even watch that play. Now, obviously, it was Iron Bowl, voodoo magic going on, but I had a pretty large wager on Alabama's win total that year, and that was the year they lost to Texas, like week 2 out of conference, and I could only afford one more loss. I'm like, oh, well, this bet's just screwed. And then they run the table, and they're down to 4th and 31 against Auburn. I'm like, I can't watch this shit. And then my phone got blown up. Holy shit, you see that? And it's something. It's kick sixes. It's guys getting their hands bit by police dogs mid-game.
That was wild.
Wouldn't surprise you if Ty Simpson gets bit and loses his right thumb middle of the game. And
middle.
He runs in the touchdown, and the police just like let go of the dog and runs after him. I don't know, man.
Shit.
Every year there's just voodoo. It's crap, but their defense is playing really well. I don't care who they run out there. They should be prepared. The offense on paper should carve up the secondary. So you like to have some confidence, but
couldn't just beat Oklahoma.
Couldn't just beat Oklahoma. This game doesn't matter.
No, I think you're good. I think they take care of business. I think you're good.
Oh, he just doesn't understand, folks. He just doesn't understand.
I think you're good, dude. Good. It's Auburn.
Doesn't understand.
It's Auburn. You're fine.
You say it like it's so easy.
It is. It's fine. You're good. You win by 2 scores.
You know what's crazy? And I'm trying to compare the SEC Big Ten here, right?
Here we go.
Trying to compare, the game versus the Iron Bowl, because now everyone says that the Michigan-Ohio State game is better, which whatever, because Auburn's been kind of a shitty program the past, 7-8 years. This has a tighter spread than the 1 versus 3 game in the conference, and this is the 2 versus 8 game, right?
Great point.
So,
no, that's
prove my point about
Auburn is 3rd to the bottom, I think, in the SEC, and Bama's 2nd to the top right now.
Correct. They're technically in 2nd place right now.
They're in 2nd.
Because if it ends, they go in.
And you have Michigan sitting at 4th, 3rd.
Should be 3rd.
And you got Ohio State sitting at 1. And it's a 9.5 point spread.
T1.
Same situation too.
And you can't.
The road team is the worst of the 2 teams.
Yep.
And you got the 2 juggernauts coming to town.
Home team's the worst team.
The home team is the worst team.
Yep.
You got two of the top teams in the conferences coming to their place on the road.
2 blue bloods.
And doesn't make any sense.
Nope, but let's just pretend that.
But the Big Ten's a lot better.
But you can't tell me that Ohio State fans aren't worried about this one either. I mean,
Yeah, no. So I get the comparison. I will. I will say. I mean, hand up. Like the comparison of the two. Like, yeah, the Iron Bowl is more of a classic and more respected, I guess, game over the years. But Ohio and Michigan more recently has been, and I don't even know. They probably don't even have a name for it. But
yeah, they call it the game.
Okay,
like the game.
Well, that fucking sucks. So,
that sounds like
game,
some Big Ten people came up with, huh?
The game has been big over the last couple of years now. So, and unfortunate for Ohio State fans. So,
yeah.
I mean, because the problem is that's their first big test of the year, to where Bama going into the Iron Bowl every year, they've been tested all year long. Like they know what to expect and how to go about it. So like
they have,
like, yeah, they can still lose the game, but they know and they've experienced the situation before. So to where no wonder what was it, 4-8 Michigan team last year or 4-7 Michigan team beats Ohio State at home. Like it's no wonder when Ohio State hasn't played anybody all year.
Right.
And yeah, they went on and ran the table in the playoff and won the big game. But like when you're not tested, you can't really say how good the team is.
It's not good for you either because you're just getting this false sense of security, right? I mean, they waltz in and let's say they do beat Michigan. Michigan goes and lays an egg and just kind of sucks. Like they'll feel good for a second, but what happens when you get first round bye as Ohio State and then you get the winner of what is it right now, Oklahoma and Oregon, right?
Ole Miss.
No, Oregon and Ole Miss flip-flop because right now it's technically Bama, Ole Miss. I think it was either, but it's you're probably getting an SEC team
Oklahoma,
in your first game.
Yeah.
You're going to get them at home, but you're going to get like the likes of Oklahoma, potentially Alabama, depending on how that all shakes out. And you don't want that to be your first test of the year.
Yeah, for real. Even if
now you're going to be healthy, you should in theory be healthy for it somewhat. But
that's fair. But yeah, I mean, in hindsight, if Michigan lays an egg, like you said, and Ohio State just cruises to victory here, which typically a 9.5 point spread would indicate. So, yeah, the playoff could be a different world for them this year if that's how the last game of the year goes. Because I'm sure last year they had a fire lit under their ass. They were like, oh boy,
they did, and Ryan Day got one lit under his ass, and it helped him win the Natty, but.
So
keep losing to Michigan. Your alumni, your boosters, your NIL supporters, whoever they don't like that.
The only test in the Big Ten.
Last thing you want to hear is Dave Portnoy go on X for the next 48 hours, just talking smack on him. So
had the past 4 years. So what's a fifth?
All righty, it's good rivalry week, baby.
Yeah,
a couple days after Thanksgiving. Some playoff hopes on the line.
Yeah, this is a big week. This is bigger than anything in years past, I think. I mean, it's second year of the 12-team playoff. You don't have conference winners get auto buys. So it's a little bit more of a shakeup situation in the bracket. So
I definitely think the 12-team playoff has helped college football.
Oh, tremendously.
Makes us way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
I think it's brought in some viewers that weren't fans in the past. It's given more games. I know there's always been the bowl games and whatever else, but like, did they really mean anything? Like,
right.
So it's brought in some more bowl games, some more teams willing to play for something. Like more teams willing to go out and fight and try to win a championship because you can. Before it was just like what, 8 teams that could get to the top 4 spots. That
right, realistic.
So, but no, I think it's been great.
Helps recruiting, helps all of it. Just evens the playing field a bit.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk the bracket next week. It's going to be a
for
good
sure.
one.
Well, we'll be talking more conference championship week next week.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah.
And then bracket will be set after that. So next week we'll come on here. We'll give our takes, give our picks. Hopefully we got maybe we'll have some people we're not really talking about a whole lot right now. We'll be previewing next week. But
yeah, could be true. Could have a lot of conferences. There could be some bids on the line because if you win some of the the Big 12s, the ACCs,
your Big 12 ACC will for sure have people on the line that must win games.
Yep. So
SEC Big 10, they're
Probably just seeding wise.
Whoever's in there is in for sure.
Yeah, and just seeding
But
wise.
we don't know who's in that game yet either.
Yeah.
Or their games, because you potentially have Michigan, you potentially have 4 teams in the SEC could be in the game right now.
Yeah. Maybe 5 with Ole Miss if they have potential. I don't know. We'd have to look at the tiebreaker, but
right, just A&M, Georgia, Miss, and Bama.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yep. Yeah, should be a good week.
All righty, till next week. Roll damn Tide, and see ya this time next week. And